friends, welcome to Messy Messy Fun. I'm excited to bring you a project at home that I think a lot of the ingredients you should already have. So let's get started and find out what we need. First, we need some white glue. Then we need some salt. Now, some of this might be in a little salt shaker that your parents have, which is totally fine. I just grabbed our big old container. We're gonna need just a little bit of water, a couple drops, that's it. Some food coloring and a paintbrush. And for the grown-ups, we'll be sending you a template. This one is a flower. I have a rocket ship. Or if it's something that they'd like to create on their own, they are more than welcome to. Once we get started with the project, I'll kind of explain that part of it. But let's go ahead and get started, okay, friend? Okay, so now you can see Miss Macias's. So what we're gonna make sure we do with our glue is, right now, mine is closed. So I'm gonna make sure I twist it so that it opens. This part, I want you guys to take your time. I want you to trace the lines and go all the way around. No big globs of glue. And just skinny lines all the way around. And just take your time. And if this is maybe a part where you need to pause the video and come on back, that's totally fine. And then once you get this step done, you're gonna take your salt. Grown-ups, this is probably a best place where you're either have it in, mine has a little pour spout, or if you have it inside of a salt shaker, that would be perfect because it only allows so much out at a time, or even a measuring cup. But we're not just gonna pour it everywhere, kiddos. We're gonna make sure we put it over the glue that we laid down. Just a little bit. Go back and forth, make sure we get that all covered. See, got all the salt everywhere. Now, as you notice, I have mine in a cookie sheet. That way, if salt gets in there, it's easier to clean up than maybe all over the table. And then this is where your grown-ups can come in and help. I have a little plate and I'll put my excess salts on that plate. That way they can keep their project in the cookie sheet, because this is where, I'm gonna move this really quick, where you might wanna have. Then you're gonna take your food coloring and you're gonna choose a color. I chose red. I'm gonna put a couple little drops in there, just like that. And then you might want to get your grown-ups help. Here, I'm just going to take a little cap full of water and pour it in there. And if we need to add more, we can always add more. Okay, so we're going to take our paintbrush. We're going to get a little bit of water on there, and then we're just going to slightly touch the salt and the glue. And see how it spreads out there? Oh, that's so pretty. And here, you can do, if you're doing whatever picture you want, you can easily do several different colors. Look how pretty that is. See, look, it fills up all that color. Swirl, 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 and then still just little dots. Isn't that cool? Okay. Oh, I like that. Well, I'm gonna go finish that up later on, but then I'm gonna show you, if you wanted to do your own, I have an extra piece of paper here. I know that some kiddos just like to pour the glue. It's good for their hands, it's good to squeeze. So maybe they don't wanna follow a template, but they wanna string it around and fill up a paper with little strings of glue, maybe even some dots. Make it their own and do the same thing. We're gonna pour salt all over it. I'm just using my extra salt. Okay, and here's your grown-up part you would want them to do again. All right, and then we would do the same thing. They could just take the colors and fill them in. And see how it spreads along the salt and the glue mixture. Oh, I love it. That one looks like a little spider web. So fun. And they're just gonna keep doing it until they fill it all in. And then parents, I would recommend to go ahead and let this dry laying flat like this until the glue is hardened, and then they should be able to lift it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed your activity on Messy Messy Fun today. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.